Can AI really track your macros just by looking at your food?
Let's find out.
I know we've all heard all the talk about AI. Personally, as a software developer, it's actually made my life a lot easier, but I also know that it can make my life harder in that sometimes AI lies. Once I started hearing more and more about these AI macro tracking apps, I thought, is this finally going to save me all of this time that I take weighing out every gram of my food? I tracked all of my meals on both MacroFactor, shout out to Jeff Nippard, he's the bomb, and CalAI, which I've been hearing about in the news a lot recently for its accuracy. Same meals, same day. One is manual tracking and one is with AI tracking. And the results were shocking. Let's dive into it. I'm going to show you side-by-side comparisons of what was tracked with MacroFactor and what was tracked with CalAI. And then we are going to wrap this up with concluding whether or not these apps are actually worth using. Start with breakfast. This was just some eggs with sourdough toast and egg whites. As you can already see, there's a pretty big discrepancy. CalAI way overestimated in fat. It's twice the amount of fat as the manual log. And there's also around a 120 calorie discrepancy. Feel free to correct my math at any point of this video. It's pretty accurate with the latte picture that I took, so nothing too alarming there. Okay, another pretty big difference was when I had some Greek yogurt with blackberries and cashews and a little bit of honey. There's a 130 calorie difference here, and it way underestimates protein and way overestimates fat because it probably can't tell that I'm using a non-fat yogurt. Then for lunch, I made some turkey meatballs with rice, tomato sauce, and broccoli. This one, throughout all of my meals for the day, was the biggest red flag for me because it doubles my calories and tripled my carbs. Next up for a snack, I had my homemade peanut butter chocolate bars, which are super yummy and made with whole ingredients. If you're looking for the recipe, I will link that video below. But I was actually pretty impressed by how accurate it is since this was a picture of a homemade protein bar. And finally, dinner and dessert. I had some chicken, rice, and cauliflower. CalAI here way underestimated in protein. Dessert was just a date with some walnuts, and this was also pretty accurate. The big reveal, the moment you've all been waiting for. What was the difference at the end of the day in macros? This was
Huge.
There was a 465 calorie difference between MacroFactor and CalAI. There was also a almost 30 gram difference in protein between CalAI and MacroFactor. CalAI was also over by 105 grams in carbs and 16 grams of fat. Long story short, if I was using CalAI, I would probably be way under eating. I really don't think that these apps are worth using. That being said, I only used one, which was CalAI. So let me know in the comments if there are any that you all have had luck with. I do think that these apps could be way improved if they just had simple prompts like, is this full fat yogurt or leaner meat? But that's not how they work right now. So that's all for today. Subscribe for more videos like this and see you next time.